We are looking at the Days of Our Lives next week preview promo, and my head is just spinning right now. So, let's talk about Sarah Horton and this whole terrifying medical mystery that is unfolding right in front of our eyes. If you watched last week, you know that Sarah recently lost a patient named Destiny. And it wasn't just a normal hospital tragedy. Destiny literally collapsed and died from what looks like suspected poisoning or tainted drugs. And honestly, it was heartbreaking to watch. Sarah is a dedicated doctor, and losing a patient always hits her so hard. She was completely devastated. But now, things are taking a massive, dark turn. Because this isn't just a random medical accident. Sarah feels in her gut that something is completely wrong. She suspects foul play. And she is right to suspect it. But here is where I start to lose my mind. Brady Black is stepping in to help her investigate. Yes, you heard me. Brady Black. And I am just sitting here staring at my screen like, what were they thinking? What were the writers actually thinking, putting these two together for a murder investigation? Let's be real for a second. Sarah and Brady are probably the worst investigative duo in the history of Salem. I am not even exaggerating. Brady makes terrible choices. He constantly makes terrible choices. He is impulsive. He doesn't think things through. And he always ends up making the situation 10 times worse than it needs to be. And now he is going to help Sarah dig into a deadly drug ring? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Nobody. Literally nobody. I am criticizing the writers ruthlessly for forcing this Sarah and Brady pairing down our throats. It just feels so forced. So clunky. They don't have that gritty edge you need to take down a drug cartel. Brady is just going to drag Sarah into more danger. He is going to stumble into some underground lab, knock over a beaker, and get them both held hostage. You know it's true. Let's just look at Brady's track record for a second, because it is honestly a mess. Brady has this massive hero complex. He always wants to swoop in and save the damsel in distress, but he never actually has a solid plan. Remember all the times he tried to outsmart Kristen DeMera? Or the times he got played by literally every villain in town? He is too trusting. He leads with his emotions, which is fine for romance, but terrible for a murder investigation. He is going to confront Liam in the middle of the town square, yell at him, and completely tip their hand. That is classic Brady. He has zero subtlety. Zero. And Sarah, who is already so emotionally fragile after losing Destiny, is going to follow his lead because she is desperate for answers. It is a recipe for absolute disaster. But let's zoom out and talk about the actual mystery here, because the lore goes deep. We need to dig into the lore. I was scrolling through the comments, and viewer Helen1962 dropped a massive clue that completely blew my mind. Helen1962 pointed out that Destiny had a sister who died tragically of an overdose years ago. And guess who the contact was for that sister? Liam. Yes, Liam Selejko. The same Liam who is currently running around Salem, playing the bad boy, dating Ariana, and dealing with Gabi Hernandez. This changes everything. This means Liam is directly involved in this overdose conspiracy. I personally believe, and I am like 99% sure about this, that Destiny figured it all out. She figured out that Liam is running a massive underground pharmaceutical ring right under the hospital's nose. Think about it. Dead addicts don't buy more drugs. So there has to be a bigger, more sinister reason for these tainted pills spreading through Salem. Liam is using the hospital or the area around it to push his product. And Destiny connected the dots. So what happened? Destiny was murdered. She was poisoned to keep her quiet. She was silenced before she could blow the whistle on Liam's entire operation. And it makes me so sick to think about. Liam is out here pretending to just be this edgy guy that Gabi hates, taking cash bribe offers from Gabi to stay away from Ariana, while secretly orchestrating murders? The audacity. It is actually a brilliant twist, but it makes Liam so much more dangerous than we ever realized. And can we just pause and think about the psychological toll this is taking on Sarah? Sarah is a doctor. Her entire life's mission is to save people. She has already survived so much immense personal trauma. We all remember the heartbreak of losing baby Mickey. That kind of pain never really leaves you. So when a patient like Destiny comes in, and Sarah is treating her, she forms a bond. She wants to heal her. To have Destiny just collapse and die right in front of her in the town square. It is traumatizing. Sarah is carrying so much guilt right now. She keeps replaying the medical charts in her head, wondering if she missed a sign, wondering if she could have done something different. That is why she is so obsessed with this investigation. She needs this to be murder, because if it's murder, it's not her fault as a doctor. It gives her a target for her grief. Which brings me back to my main point. Why is Brady handling this? Sarah belongs with Xander Kiriakis. Period. End of sentence. If Sarah and Xander were investigating this drug ring, this storyline would be absolute gold. Xander has the skills for this. Xander knows how the criminal underworld works. If Xander was on the case, he would have already tracked Liam down, dangled him off a bridge by his ankles, and extracted the truth within 5 minutes. He wouldn't be sitting around having coffee and theorizing like Brady. Xander takes action. Because Xander understands the darkness. That is the fundamental difference between Brady and Xander. Brady pretends to be this upstanding guy, but Xander owns his past. Xander used to be a ruthless hitman for Xander Kiriakis. He knows how criminals think because he used to be one. He knows how to track a supplier, how to interrogate a dealer, how to find the hidden ledgers. If Sarah teamed up with Xander, they would be an unstoppable force. Xander would use his underworld connections to find out exactly where Liam is getting these tainted drugs. He would protect Sarah with his life. He wouldn't let her walk into a dangerous warehouse wearing a trench coat and a stethoscope like Brady probably will. Xander would keep her safe while he did the dirty work. And the show is literally teasing us with Xander. A few episodes ago, after Destiny died, Xander was right there to comfort Sarah. He held her. He supported her. And then Sarah went to sleep and had a literal dream about Xander being in her bed. Her subconscious is screaming at her that she wants Xander, but she keeps trying to convince herself she is with Brady now. It is so frustrating. I just don't get why she is fighting it. She is drawn to Xander. We all know it. The fans on social media know it. So instead of getting badass Xander taking down a drug lord to protect his woman, we get Brady Black fumbling around in the dark. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Brady has a good heart. He wants to support Sarah. He wants to be the hero, but he is out of his depth. Liam is a killer. This isn't some corporate titan espionage. This is a street-level drug war with tainted substances killing innocent people. Brady is going to get Sarah hurt. And let's talk about Maggie Horton for a second. Maggie is going to absolutely lose her mind when she finds out what is going on. Maggie has been through so much, and she is so fiercely protective of Sarah. When Maggie discovers that Brady, who she already has a complicated history with, is dragging her precious daughter into a murder investigation involving a drug supplier, oh, she is going to explode. Maggie will probably ban Brady from the Kiriakis mansion forever. And honestly, I wouldn't blame her one bit. And speaking of Liam and Ariana, how completely twisted is that dynamic? Gabi Hernandez is out here offering Liam massive cash bribes to stay away from her daughter. Gabi thinks Liam is just a bad influence, a typical Salem bad boy who rides a motorcycle and skips class. She has no idea that she is actually trying to bribe a literal drug lord who murders people. If Gabi finds out that Liam killed Destiny and is running tainted drugs, Gabi might actually kill him herself before Brady and Sarah even get the chance. And honestly, I would pay good money to see Gabi Hernandez go full mama bear on Liam. Rafe is already running around trying to police the town, but he is totally missing the massive drug cartel operating right under his nose because he is too busy worrying about Cat Green and E.J. DeMera. The Salem PD is completely useless right now. Absolutely useless. The stakes are just so high right now. Salem is being flooded with these tainted drugs. Destiny is already dead. We have Amy Choi running around screaming about her daughter Sophia, and who knows, maybe Sophia's supposed death is somehow tied to these drugs too. Everything in Salem connects eventually. That is how this show works. And Liam is right at the center of it, dating young Ariana while running a lethal empire. It is terrifying. I just need Sarah to wake up. I need her to look at Brady, realize he is a walking disaster zone, and run back to Xander. Xander is currently dealing with Kristen trying to hire him as a hitman, and Gwen being all clingy. But he would drop everything for Sarah. He always does. If Sarah just went to Xander and said, "Hey, Liam killed my patient," Liam's days would be numbered. But no. We have to watch Brady try to play detective. It is going to be a long, painful, messy ride, you guys. And I am going to be watching every single second of it, obviously. Because even though I am complaining, I am completely hooked. I need to see Liam get taken down. I need to see justice for Destiny. And I desperately need Sarah and Xander to find their way back to each other amidst all this chaos. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree that Brady is the worst person for this job? Are you Team Xander? Let's talk about it because I am just so stressed out about Sarah's safety right now.